Jason Phillips, better known as Jadakiss, is an American rapper. He is a member of the group the LOX and the hip-hop collective Ruff Ryders. Jadakiss is one of the three owners of the imprint known as D-Block Records. In early 2007, Jadakiss signed to Roc-a-Fella Records / Def Jam Records. Jadakiss has also released 3 studio albums, with the most recent being The Last Kiss. Recently he has been releasing mixtapes and plans to release his 4th studio album Top 5, Dead or Alive, in 2015. Early life: by age 16, Jadakiss was a freestyle rapper. He and some of his friends were given the opportunity to compete in the Jack the Rapper competition in Florida, where Jadakiss had been noticed for his battle rap ability. He met D and Y of the Ruff Ryders, and began hanging out and battling outside of the Ruff Ryders studio, where artists such as DMX made their first hits. Career. Early career. Phillips founded the rap group The Bomb Squad in 1994 with friends, Sheek Louch and Styles P. They later signed to Bad Boy Entertainment, where it was suggested that they change their name simply to the LOX, which came to stand for Living Off Experience. They made their first appearance on the Main Source's 1994 LP Fuck What You Think on the track Set It Off. The group, especially Jadakiss, developed a close relationship with the Notorious B.I.G., during which time Jadakiss was taken under Biggie's wing. The LOX's first hit was the tribute to the Notorious B.I.G. called We'll Always Love Big Poppa in 1997. In 1998, the LOX released Money, Power and Respect. Though the record was successful, eventually going platinum, the LOX grew unhappy with Bad Boy Records and Puffy's glossy, radio-friendly production. Following this album, they left the label to sign with Ruff Ryders Entertainment. 2001-2003, Kiss the Game Goodbye. Jadakiss's debut album, Kiss the Game Goodbye, was released in August 2001 on the Ruff Ryders Interscope label. The album featured popular guests and producers such as DJ Premier, The Alchemist, DMX, Eve, Snoop Dogg and Swizz Beatz, but was written off as repetitive and uninspired. Jadakiss has acknowledged the criticism as, generally speaking, valid, saying the record was done less out of inspiration than out of contract obligations to Bad Boy. The album produced 3 singles, We Gonna Make It featuring Styles P, Knock Yourself Out, and Put Your Hands Up. Jadakiss is mentioned in Eminem's 2002 song Till I Collapse as one of the best rappers in the industry. 2004-2008, Kiss of Death and signing to Def Jam. Jadakiss's second album, Kiss of Death, was released in June 2004. His song, Why, became one of the year's biggest hits, spawning a remix featuring Styles P, Common, Nas, and Hamilton. Why remains Jada's biggest hit, peaking at number 11 on the Hot 100. Another single from the record, You Make Me Wanna, featured Mariah Carey and was a much more commercially driven love song. Kiss of Death did not reflect the popularity of its lead single, but it was better received than his first effort. In late 2007, Jadakiss signed to Jay-Z's Roc-a-Fella Records, a move Jay had been trying to arrange for a long time. The move came on the heels of increased D-Block Roc-a-Fella collaborations. In 2006, Jadakiss and former rival Beanie Sigel collaborated on DJ Khaled's album Listen. The album, and in 2007, on Freeway's album Free at Last. Styles P appeared on a radio freestyle with Freeway and Sigel, and also appeared briefly in the video for Jay-Z's American Gangster single Rock Boys, in which he throws up the famous Roc-a-Fella sign, the diamond. 2009 present, The Last Kiss, and Top 5, Dead or Alive. In 2009, Jadakiss released his third official album, The Last Kiss. The first single is By My Side, featuring Ne-Yo. The second official single is Can't Stop Me. The third official single is Death Wish, featuring Lil Wayne. The fourth official single is Who's Real, featuring Swizz Beatz and OJ Da Juice Man. In 2010, Jadakiss reunited with the Ruff Ryders label while remaining at Roc-a-Fella. In 2011, He was featured on 2 DJ Khaled tracks, one of them titled It Ain't Over Till It's Over, also featuring Mary J. Blige and Fabulous, and Welcome to My Hood, also featuring Jadakiss, Busta Rhymes, Twista, Mavado, Birdman, Ace Hood, Fat Joe, Game, Bun B and Roc-a-Fella Flame. On April 26, 2012, Jadakiss released his mixtape Consignment. On June 4, 2013, Jadakiss released the first single from his upcoming fourth studio album Top 5, Dead or Alive, titled Big Boy Dialogue, featuring vocals from The Dream. The album will feature guest appearances by The Lox, Young Jeezy, Wiz Khalifa, Chris Brown, Rick Ross, and Lil Wayne. He also announced that a collaboration mixtape with Yo Gotti would be released prior to the album. The album is scheduled to be released during September or October 2013. However, it remains unreleased as of 2015. Business ventures. Along with longtime friend and business associate, Jay Jackson, Jadakiss launched an online multimedia creative collective called So Raspy that also serves as an umbrella for his business endeavors, including a record label, apparel, and a YouTube channel. Reinvesting in their community. In the summer of 2014, Jadakiss and Styles P opened a juice bar in Yonkers, New York, called Juice for Life. Personal life. Legal issues. In July 2004, Jadakiss was arrested in North Carolina on marijuana and gun possession charges. Several months later, he reached a plea agreement on misdemeanor charges and was ordered to pay a $900 fine. On October 7, 2006, Jadakiss was once again arrested in his hometown of Yonkers, New York, on gun and drug possession charges. A Yonkers Police Department spokesperson said Jadakiss was one of 4 men sitting in a 2006 Toyota Camry that was parked near the intersection of Nepean Avenue and Elm Street in Yonkers at around 5 a.m. Saturday. Officers said the vehicle's driver was behaving oddly and said they noticed a strong odor of marijuana while approaching the car. Inside the vehicle, police found a .38 caliber revolver that had been reported stolen. According to the Associated Press, the weapon was loaded. All occupants were charged with possession of a stolen firearm. Jadakiss was also charged with possession of marijuana. The driver, Darnell Frazier, was charged with driving under the influence. The other 2 men in the vehicle are listed as Benjamin Lockhart and Christian Smith. All were remanded to Westchester County Jail and were held until at least Tuesday of the following week, when they were due in court. House raid. Police arrested 2 men on multiple felony charges after they raided Jadakiss's Yonkers, New York apartment and found heroin and marijuana. Jadakiss was neither present during the investigation, nor wanted by the law enforcement agencies. The incident took place on the morning of August 24, 2009 and started when an investigation revealed the presence of marijuana inside the vehicle driven by 2 men. Both men were reportedly in police custody and had been criminally charged. Controversy. 50 Cent. In 2004, Jadakiss and Fat Joe were featured in January Rule's New York single. In this song, Ja Rule took obvious shots at 50 Cent. In turn, 50 Cent made a song titled Piggy Bank in which he disses Fat Joe, Nas, and Jadakiss. This caused Jadakiss to release Checkmate, Problem Child, Shots Fired, and I'm Sorry Ms. Jackson. 50 Cent along with his G-Unit crew responded with songs such as I Run New York, Window Shopper, and Death Wish by Lloyd Banks. Jadakiss challenged 50 Cent to an onstage battle in Madison Square Garden for $1 million, but 50 Cent declined. The feud was later resolved, with the respective parties performing together at 50 Cent's This Is 50 Festival on October 3, 2009. Bill O'Reilly. Jadakiss attracted some controversy and condemnation from commentator Bill O'Reilly, who labeled him a smear merchant due to lyrics in the song, Why? Which state Jada's belief that George W. Bush coordinated the September 11 attacks. Why do niggers push pounds of powder? Why did Bush knock down the towers? In the music video for Why? A man holds up a picket sign reading Buckfush. O'Reilly took the position that the president should be allowed to sue Jadakiss for slander, The track was eventually banned on some radio stations or played with the lyrics in question censored. Discography: 2001, Kiss the Game Goodbye; 2004, Kiss of Death; 2009, The Last Kiss, TBA, Top 5, Dead or Alive. See also, The LOX, Ruff Ryders. References. External links, official website, 2.